Hello, by the way, I am Julina M. Corato from BA3E, and today I will be discussing about the, the background and approaches, strategies, methods, and techniques in language learning. So before we tackle about the major terms, let us begin by defining their various end components, teaching method, techniques, approaches, and strategies. This background defines and providing knowledge or skills to one another. We have here the approaches. An approach is a theory about language learning or even philosophy of how people learn in general. They can be psychologically focused, such as behaviorism or cognitivism. They can be also be based on older philosophies, such as idealism or realism. Um, if you believe that in teaching, it has to be the teacher is the center of learning process, and the teachers will have to convey all those information, and the students will be the one to listen or those information given by the teacher. So in this approach, we can call this as a teacher-centered. So si teachers yung magka-construct ng mga ideya para ipasa dun sa mga estudyante so that they can learn some new things or new thoughts. So examples of a teaching's approach include the cognitive, behaviorist, and constructivist approach to learning. So just like I was said, si teachers yung center sa learning process, and teachers will be the one to convey information, and then the students will be the ones to listen or decoding some information given by the teachers. Now, teaching theories primarily fall into two categories of approaches, the teacher-centered and student-centered. So, teacher-centered approach to learning. Teachers are the main authority figure in this model. Students are viewed as empty vessels whose primary role is to passively receive information via lectures and direct instructions, with an end goal of testing and assessment. It is the primary role of teachers to pass knowledge and information on to their students. Then the second one is student-centered approach to learning. Teachers are authority figure in this model. Teachers and students play an equal active role in the learning process. The teacher's primary role is to coach and facilitate students' learning and overall comprehension are material. Students' learning is measured. Both formal and informal forms of assessments, including group or projects, students' portfolios, and class participation. So, baliktad na dito yung sitwasyon. Yung estudyante na yung gagawa ng mga projects or portfolios na um, nagaling kay teachers yung information, 'di ba? Yung una is sa teachers yung nagko-convey o nagko-construct ng knowledge para ibigay yung mga ideya para sa estudyante. So, ang gagawa ng estudyante is siya na mismo yung gagawa na ipinapagawa ng teacher na in this way, this could be an effective learning kung ano may nakukup up ba talaga yung estudyante na galing kay teacher. So, student-centered approach to learning. The next one is the methods. So, a method is an application or approach in the context of language teaching. Teaching methods are the procedure, technique, or way of teaching, especially in accordance with a defined plan. The term teaching methods refers to the general principles or pedagogy using for classroom instruction. So, in method is a systematic way of doing something. It implies an orderly logical arrangement of steps. So it is more procedural, meaning to say step by steps. And some examples of method is the lecture method, demonstration method, problem solving method, project method. So in lecture method, it is based on the philosophy of idealism. And the demonstration method is it is used to communicate an idea with the aid of visual, poster, or PowerPoint. And the problem-solving method is teach with a specific context. And the project method is the teachers facilitated with collaborative approach in which students acquire and apply knowledge and skills. So in methods, it should be step by step to make your lessons or discussion that can gain a knowledge by the students. So kailangan mo yung by procedural para mas maganda ang pagtuturo para naman sa mga gustong para may malaman at maging maganda ang kalabasan na yung pagtuturo. Should be using a effective way of method to make your students can gain more knowledge. And the next one is the common strategies for grammar translation method, including the following: the English as a second language teacher survival guide. So this is the teacher survival guide. The class reads a text written in the second language. Pupils translates the passage from the second language to their mother tongue. Pupils translate new words from the second language to their mother tongue. Then pupils is given a grammar rule and derived from the example. They apply the rule by using the new words. Pupils memorizes the vocabulary of the second language. Pupil memorizes grammar rules. Errors made by the pupil are corrected by providing the right answers. Okay, and we have here the next one is the strategies. In teaching strategy is a careful plan for teaching activities to be undertaken which ensures effective teaching and learning. This plan of action designed to achieve a specific goal or a series of goals. At the planning stage of every lesson, the teachers decide what method of teaching to adapt, whether the teacher-centered or child-centered. So, in strategies are more methods approaching a problem or task, modes of operation for achieving a particular end, and it's more flexible depending on the situation. So, sa teachers na yung gagawa ng way how they plan para mas maganda yung kalabasan ng kanyang klase. Sa teachers na yung gagawa ng um, um, some method sinabi ko kanina, a way or procedural step by step how he or she ensures effective teaching learning. Ano ba yung mas magandang ituro, mas magandang paraan para magiging specific goal yung gagawin mo para sa estudyante. Kasi example is that is doing an effective learning of how students an effective way doing a procedural strategies. Kailangan niya ng mas magandang strategy para mayroon makukup up yung estudyante. Na example is thinking about learning while it taking place. Specific learning tasks, yes, sinasabi ko nina, specific learning tasks. How students learn in a specific way. And we have here the techniques. Naturally, various methods employ various techniques. Teaching techniques are the unique ways of carrying out a particular in the teaching and learning process. Thus, it is the individual teacher's unique way of applying strategy. And for instance, two teachers may decide to use small group discussion as their means of delivering a lesson. So, in techniques, the steps are followed when we teach. Teacher styles to accomplish objectives, and this way is examples in doing the lecture method. The teacher have a different ways of delivering the lecture. Some teachers proceed to directly, while some teachers add some teaser, diba? When we have techniques in learning process, you must have a unique ways or a creative ways para mas madaling malaman ng estudyante kung ano yung ituturo mo. Kumbaga, you have to make a short background, a teaser para sa iyong klase para mas maging maganda ang kalabasan kasi it is you need to teach techniques and are the unique ways of carrying out a particular teaching and learning process. So that's how important in a learning process.